Okay, now we know that we need 4 of 5 variables, but we might need a little adjustment in some of them. And the reason we need adjustment is because all loans aren't annual, yet we quote interest rates in an annual way. So if we say a mortgage interest rate is 6%, we don't mean it's 6% per payment. Obviously, you're not paying 6% per payment. You're paying 6% for the year. In addition to that, when we say a mortgage is 30 years, we don't mean you're going to make 30 payments. We mean you're going to make a payment every month for 30 years. So we have to adjust the calculations for these differences in time periods. The first one is N. N is time period, so it could be months for a home loan or days for a savings account. And so the time period that we're talking about needs to be adjusted so that the correct number of time periods is calculated. For example, a 30-year mortgage is 360 monthly payments. Obviously, 12 periods per month times 30 years is 360. Another example would be savings accounts compounded daily at 365 per year. So if you had a savings account for 5 years, you would have 365 times 5 as N in the calculator, so it would compound on a regular N basis. The second thing is I. So when we adjust I, we're going to adjust I for the same time periods as N. So if the interest rate is quoted annually, if N is monthly, then we'd simply take our 6% mortgage, which is the annual amount, and we would divide it by 12 to get a monthly mortgage interest rate of 0.05% per month. So you can see that N and I have to be the same time period. Most of the time everything's quoted annually, so you have to adjust. A 30-year 6% mortgage would be 360N because it's 30 times 12, and then it would be 0.05I because it's not 6%, it's 6% per year. We divide that to find the monthly interest rate, so it would be 0.5% I. So we have to adjust for those things. So N and I have to be the same time period or the same time frame, and that allows us to calculate our monthly interest rate over 30 years. The second thing is we have to consider is payment. Payment is simply an amount each period, but it is each time period. So you have to make sure that whatever you're calculating isn't 2 payments, then miss a couple payments, and then pay 2 payments. It is absolutely every time period. So, for example, if you were saving for your 401k and you saved 1 month or 2 months, and then you missed a month, and then another month, and so on, or you weren't going to save on a regular basis, there's another way to do that calculation, but you wouldn't do it this way. This way, N and I are equal time frames, and each time frame payment comes due, or either comes due as a payment or you receive it as interest from your investment, but every time the payment is always at the same time period. Otherwise, you need to do it a different way. So we're just going to do regular payments here. They're called annuities. The second thing that's involved here is not just adjustment, but we have to think about present value and future value. Now, the present value is the time, the money at time 0 or now, and the future value is the future value of the end of the transaction, whatever the time period could be. 30 years on a mortgage for a 30-year mortgage, 15 years on a 15-year mortgage, 5 years on a car payment, or if you're saving for retirement and you're really young, it could be 40, 50, 60 years in the future, who knows? So when you start thinking about time periods and payments, the payment is going to be on a regular basis. The time period is matching the I and N are all going to be the same time period, same monthly. The payment's going to be monthly. And then present value and future value. Well, the calculator needs to know, is the money coming in or going out? So that they can keep straight whether the payment's being paid or the payment's being received. Because it doesn't understand that you're making a mortgage payment because it looks like you could be depositing into your 401k. It doesn't know the difference. So you have to tell it a direction of flow. So, for example, if we were going to deposit into our 401k and we had already deposited, say, $10,000 and we were depositing $200 a month into it and we wanted to know how much we would get back at the end, well, then we're depositing $200 a month. So N would be monthly, I would be monthly. The present value would be the amount you put in. Now you put it in, so I would put that in as a negative number. So I put it in, it went away from me and it went towards you. So negative 10, it went to you, and then the 200 needs to match that because it's going in the same direction. So it'd be negative 200. So 10,000 negative goes to the bank, 2,000 negative goes to the bank, or 200 goes to the bank. And so that's a direction that the calculator will go, oh, okay, I see. These are in the same direction. So I put the 10,000 and I compound up the 200 on top of it. I add it to it and keep compounding it up. And then what happens to the future value? Future value is going to be positive. Future value is going to be positive and give me my money back. So you can see that that would be a way to do it. Now you could conversely do it, saying a house mortgage payment. So you'd put $400,000. Well, you received the $400,000 in the payment, so you have $400,000 in the payment, and then you're going to have a payment. Well, the payment is going out. So the payment is going out. You received the $400,000. You're going to have a payment, and you want the future value to be 0. Well, the payment's going to be negative, right? Because you've received the $400,000, but the payment's going to be negative. You're going to be paying the payment, and then at the end, it's going to end up 0. So you can see that you're going from future value, your present value, you received the 400 grand, and it's reducing down by the payment every month, and eventually the time will be 0. So that will tell you which direction of flow it is. So you need to adjust I and N for time periods. You need to realize that the payment is going to be that time period, and then you realize that PV and FV, the present value and the future value, one of them has to be negative or 0, and the payment follows in the direction of flow of whichever direction it's going. If it's coming in, then make it positive to the coming in, and if it's going away, it would be negative going away from you. So when you think about payment, future value, and present value, future value, and payment, just make sure you get the sign correctly. That does not mean you lost money. It just means that the calculator will adjust the amounts correctly in doing the calculation.